Hi everyone. I'm going to read to you a passage which will help you and me understand better how to interpret, infer, understand, comprehend what a writer is trying to communicate to you and me, the reader. Okay? Let's look at this passage. And I'm going to specifically refer to one sentence in particular. He was a very emotional man and a very sensitive man, a man of enormous power, power that was communicated to others. There was a physical element in his communication of power. There was also an element of his own dedication and his own immense commitment to achieve a chosen objective. Johnson was fervently result-oriented. Now, in a minute, I'll tell you who that Johnson fellow was. But just reading that can cause you to really go, wow. Because those are powerful words. The person who wrote that wanted you and me to get a real feel for this individual. They wanted to communicate more than just, hey, the man was 6'2" and very strong. They wanted to give you a depth of the person that sometimes words fail to do unless they are written properly. Now, these words that we just read give you something that you can grab onto and say, wow, I gotta take some moments with this. Now, I picked out a section of what I just read and I wrote it down because I think we can do some more than just read what I just read. It's the first part. It said this: he was a very emotional man and a very sensitive man, a man of enormous power, power that was communicated to others. Now, right there, you can see several layers of this human being given to us. You are not just being told that he was a great man and that he was tremendous to be with and that he was exciting. He was a very emotional man, is what the writer says, and a very sensitive man, a man of enormous power, power that was communicated to others. There you have it. You're seeing more, you're reading more about this individual than you probably would get out of a chapter describing his events or what he's done or certain thing he was involved with. These few words communicate something very special and that all of us can understand. Listen to what he says here. He was a very emotional man. Right there, you think of eyes that are probably quivering. You think of tears dripping down his jaw or down his face. You think of a man who looks like he's about to cry. He was emotional. In other words, he took things very personally. You could also read into that he was in touch with everything around him. He wasn't just there, standing there. He was taking everything in, word for word, body language by body language, person by person. Notice what else it says. And a very sensitive man. Now, sensitive can work both ways. He could have been sensitive himself, as in, if you say something the wrong way to him, he could take it the wrong way. Or he could be sensitive in a different way. a thoughtful kind of sensitive, a very caring type of sensitive, a cherishing kind of sensitive. There you're seeing a man who is really, I don't want to call him the perfect human being, but he's nearly the ideal man because he seems to have the characteristics that you want to see. But then again, there's something else. A man of enormous power. In other words, he didn't just stand around and hope and pray something happened. He got things done, and he had the ability to get things done. He had the power. So right there, in just a few words, you see emotional, very sensitive, and enormous power. And then something else. Power that was communicated to others. That power didn't stand still. That power didn't just linger. It was right there. It was in motion. You could feel it. You could see it. You could experience it. All because this man had a depth to him that few men do. That is how the writer is describing this human being. Just those few words create a picture in your mind that's not only amazing, but it's something you're going to remember for a while. And that is what's so important about interpreting and inferring and comprehending. You see, when you read something like that, you're not letting it just go over your head. You're letting it get inside you. And that's what's important. Oh, you asked, who is this man? I'm glad you asked. It happens to be he was a president of the United States. His name, President Lyndon Baines Johnson. Yes, folks, even U.S. presidents have a person, a personality, and are really human and communicate that humanity to all of us. Think about that as you want to comprehend and you want to understand and you want to really take in the meaning of all these words. Later.